Please stand and remain standing as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and you may now be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce fellow senior Mariah Longyear.
Good afternoon. My name is Mariah Longyear, and I would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for Terre, Haute North's class of 2012. To begin, I would like to thank the teachers and administrators who have helped us make it to this very exciting day. Without your knowledge, help, and guidance, we would not be the people we are. I would also like to take this time to thank the parents and family members who have guided us through our 13 years of school so far and will offer wisdom to us in the future. This day would not have been possible without each and every one of you. And on behalf of the senior class of 2012, I extend our greatest gratitude. This class has matured a lot over the past 4 years. As we walked the halls freshman year, we were simply trying to get to the right places, hoping the upperclassmen would befriend us, and worrying about what to do with our hair after swim class. Suddenly, our worries changed once we reached senior year. We weren't worried about whether our hair was wet or if we were going to get lost, but our problems were bigger and tougher. We had to think about where we were going to go to college, where to find a job, and what we want to do with the rest of our lives. Some days, these decisions seem like too much to handle, but we quickly realized they are all a part of growing up. The road to this day was not easy either. It took discipline when we had to juggle homework, sports, extracurricular activities, and part-time jobs. We learned crucial time management skills and the art of prioritizing. Between group projects, being members of sports or academic teams, and participating in clubs, each one of us learned how to work with others, share our ideas, and accomplish our goals. Although high school provided us with an education about math, science, social studies, and writing, we learned a lot more about life. These skills are something we'll always have to look back on and draw upon to help us succeed in the future. Our hard work is the reason we sit here today. Today marks a new chapter in the lives of my fellow classmates. Our high school days are officially behind us, and our futures lie directly ahead. Our memories of Terre Haute North will never leave us. The thoughts of our prom, the student section during basketball season, and making friends will always be remembered. However, our time at North is finished. Some of us have plans to attend college in the near future. Others will begin their careers now, and some will proudly serve our country as members of the military. The future is incredibly exciting and a bit nerve-wracking. However, whatever our paths may be, we will all look back on these years as a crucial part of the preparation needed to accomplish these tasks. Class of 2012, it's official. We are entering into the real world. We are becoming adults. The paths we choose will be many and varied, and ultimately, our future lies in our hands. We have learned the basics, and we have the tools. Now it's time to apply them and make something of ourselves. With that in mind, I want to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite authors of all time, Dr. Seuss. "Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, and you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where to go." Congrats, class of 2012. We've made it. And now, I'd like to welcome to the podium Rachel Welker.
Good afternoon. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail." Today's graduation marks a celebration of success and a reflection of the growth and learning that has occurred over the last 4 years. We, the graduates of the class of 2012, have each created our own unique pathway to success. Through the values of commitment, integrity, and passion, we have molded ourselves into the forerunners of the future. Each one of us would not be here today if it were not for our commitment to doing what it takes to pave the way to a successful future. Additionally, in high school and beyond, integrity is challenged each day as the choice is made whether to sleep in class or to be attentive, or staying up late to finish a paper versus watching a television show. The most successful people in life have proven they can still maintain their integrity even in the roughest of times. The
valedictorian
of the graduating class of 2012 is one of those successful people. Jeremy Goddard, through the commitment he has shown, the integrity he carries within, and his passion to be exceptional, has created his own path to success and left a trail of greatness at Terre, Haute North High School. During his time at Terre, Haute North, Jeremy participated in Knowledge Masters all 4 years, and his team placed second in state this spring. He was also on the Spell Bowl team for 2 years, along with serving as captain of the English Super Bowl and Science Super Bowl teams. Jeremy has competed in academic competitions such as the Junior Engineering Technical Society contest, the Rose-Hulman Math Competition, Indiana Math League, and the American Math Competition, where he placed first in our school's division this year. Jeremy demonstrated his leadership skills as captain of the Science Olympiad team and the MIC Academic Challenge team. As a first-year participant in DECA, Jeremy placed first at both the district and state level. Along with the inordinate amount of dedication to his studies, and the various academic teams Jeremy was involved with, he also has been highly involved with the Sierra Student Coalition Club and the Beantowners Club at Terre, Haute North. Jeremy is a member of National Honor Society and has volunteered numerous hours for the Terre Haute Humane Society. He was also involved with this year's musical, Beauty and the Beast, and the Black Box production, We Love Lucy. Jeremy's perfect attendance throughout high school is evidence of his commitment to academics and unwavering passion for learning. In the fall, Jeremy will attend Indiana University on an academic scholarship, where he will double major in business and accounting. It is with great honor that I introduce to you Terre Haute North High School's
valedictorian
of the class of 2012, Jeremy Goddard.
Thank you, Rachel, for a wonderful introduction. Good afternoon. I would like to start by saying congratulations to everyone who is graduating today. I know that it took many roads to get to this point. Personally, for the longest time, I did not know that I was going to be able to speak. You all have worked very hard to reach this poignant milestone. While everyone has traveled a different path to get here, there are some archetypal themes. There have been good times and bad times, times to mourn and times to rejoice, times of uncertainty and times of total clarity. None of this would have been possible without the support of each other to make it through the potholes. There have been many detours and wrecks, during which we have had to rely on each other in order to persevere. I have never met a more supportive and encouraging body than Terre Haute North's class of 2012. This is excellent because teamwork is essential to any organization and is being stressed in the workplace now more than ever before. And then there are the forks in the road. As Ralph Waldo Emerson reflected, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. On many occasions, there have been and will continue to be significantly more than two diverging roads in the woods of life, and the paths taken definitely matter. As a member of the graduating class, you have already made many beneficial decisions. Perhaps you were in music, perhaps you were in sports, perhaps you had a club you were very involved in, perhaps you took a challenging class to prepare for college, perhaps you worked your hardest to save for college, perhaps I saw you on an academic team. Whatever you have done, there is value to it. I cannot say thank you enough for all that you have done for Terre Haute North, as well as for me personally. After successful travels in high school, it is now time to travel a new road. Whether you're going to college, the workforce, or the military, go with an attitude of optimism and determination. If there was something you loved doing in high school, continue with it. If there was something you didn't like doing, search for something new. This is the quintessential philosophy that Franklin D. Roosevelt used to guide this nation through the painfully Trinidad era of the Great Depression. You are now a clean slate, a tabula rasa, a new entity. Take on new mountains, try things you have never tried before, let the sky be your limit. Regardless of whatever footprints you have left, the new road is immaculate and waiting to be traveled. I strongly hope that we will cross paths again sometime in the future. Good luck, and remember, don't stop believing in yourselves. As Matthew West sings, "This is the story of your life. Go tell the story of your life, because it's a story worth telling." Thank you for your time. You've been a wonderful audience.
Good afternoon. Before we start off, I'd first like to thank the band and orchestra for toiling through pomp and circumstance for such a long time just for us, the 2012 graduating class of Terre Haute North. I recall sitting back there as a freshman in band, and I can certainly attest that it is a true undertaking to sit and pretend to play trombone for such a long time. So if you're sitting here bored, wondering why there seems to be a perpetual stream of verbiage flowing from our mouths, we are truly just letting the musicians rest a little bit before they run or walk another marathon of playing. The person I am introducing today is also a musician and an artist. One day, this artist and I were discussing how he wanted to be introduced. This artist, whose name is Wesley Cornwell, jokingly told me, "Kevin, I want an acrostic using a word like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with a word for every letter and a paragraph explaining how each word exemplifies my character." Well, Wesley, the sound of that was something quite atrocious, but your request has been met. However, I have shortened the acrostic to just the first 3 letters rather than all 34 for my own sake and the audience's. The first letter of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is S, which stands for studious. Throughout his educational career, Wesley has set a high level of excellence. Along with a heavy course load, Wesley has participated in extracurricular activities such as Knowledge Masters and the Fine Arts Academic Super Bowl team. Also, Wesley was a winner of the Voice of Democracy speech competition, so you should all be expecting a pretty astounding speech to follow. Wesley's achievements are not limited to academics, though. This brings us to the next letter of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, U, representing the word undeniable. Wesley has an undeniable talent in music and art. Much of his life has been devoted to theater, where he has participated in several productions at both the Children's Theater and Terre, Haute North. This year, Wesley was featured in the play 12 Angry Jurors and played the tightly wound Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast. A member of North's top choir, Counterpoints, Wesley has received gold ratings at state music competitions and has been a member of the exclusive all-state choir for the past 2 years. Despite being a large histrionic in the spotlight, much of Wesley's time is actually invested in more demure endeavors. His great humility can be admired by all, which brings us to the next letter of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, P, representing Wesley's philanthropic deeds. Wesley has devoted time to National Honor Society, through which he has volunteered at the Humane Shelter. Wesley's philanthropy also extends to his church, where he has been both a youth group leader and a Sunday school instructor. Furthermore, for the past 2 summers, Wesley has taken mission trips to Honduras, where he has helped build new communities. Throughout his life, Wesley Cornwell has accomplished an admirable and honorable amount of achievements. In the fall, Wesley will be attending Princeton University, where he will take his studious, undeniably artistic, philanthropic self to new levels. Already, Wesley has obviously reached enormous achievements, setting standards of excellence in all areas, so who knows what he will be able to accomplish in the future. By now, I'm sure that most of you are thinking that our musicians in the back have had enough time to rest. So please help me welcome Terre Haute North Vigo High School Class of 2012's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious valedictorian, Wesley Cornwell.
Thank you, Kevin. When informed that I, as valedictorian, would be giving this speech, it seemed like an incredible honor, the culmination of 4 long years of hard work. Unfortunately, I rapidly realized that this was less of a blessing and more akin to a curse. When thousands of valedictorians have given every imaginable speech, how could I possibly write an original, humorous, or touching speech? I must confess that I was broadsided by this crushing disappointment and intimidating realization. As I was considering this unwanted disillusionment, I was shoved rather violently down memory lane. 4 years ago, we entered high school, apprehensive and quite frankly delusional. Confident that we would maintain our close circle of friends from middle school, our hopeful naivete was quickly exposed. As people were segregated based on interests, athletics, music, clothing, and hundreds of other insignificant factors, we began to understand that as people change, so do relationships. As we redefined ourselves and explored our interests, our carefully laid plans suddenly seemed less clear. The future was no longer this simple affair with obvious choices. Instead, the path before us had diverged into a chaos of necessary decisions. Just as our entrance into high school was accompanied by unexpected changes, an equivalent shift will occur as we begin this new day. At dawn, look to the east. C.S. Lewis writes, It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It would be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present, and you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary, decent egg. We must be hatched or go bad. If the last 4 years were the process of our hatching, the coming years will be our struggle to learn to fly. At some point, a bird must make that petrifying plunge out of the nest, taking its first flight. Our first flight is rapidly approaching, and as we brace ourselves, I want to encourage each of you to persevere regardless of the setbacks and failures that you may face. Just as high school is not about popularity, the future is not about success. Instead, we must strike a balance between learning from failure and being defined by failure. J.K. Rowling has said that it is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Just as the years behind us were filled with both success and failure, sadness and joy, the years before us will be equally challenging and equally gratifying. Our resolve will be tested, and our perseverance will be rewarded. Winston Churchill wrote that success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. Today is a testimony to our courage, and this celebration of our strength reaffirms that the future is hopeful. Ultimately, none of us knows what the future will hold. However, regardless of what lies ahead, we have been strengthened by our years together. We have made new friends, gained new experiences, and learned new lessons. Our time to leave the nest has come, and I dare every single one of you to unfurl your wings and take that first terrifying jump into the life of independence that awaits you. As you take that exhilarating leap, do not become so focused on the future that you neglect to enjoy the present. Celebrate your accomplishments and treasure your relationships. The future is clear and bright, the sun is rising, the weather is perfect for flying. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our principal, Mrs. Mason.
The students in the class of 2012 are believers. Their class motto, "I believe that we will win," seems to resonate through classrooms, hallways, and gyms, signaling their enthusiasm and drive in all endeavors. This class contains personable and passionate individuals who entered North High School with a desire and the determination to succeed. A perfect example of that determination is in senior Nikki Snedden. Nikki has had perfect attendance for her entire 13-year school career. Nikki, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Like Nikki, these seniors have questioned, learned, and achieved in all areas of life at North. Evidence of excellence is clear in their impressive transcripts, advanced skill levels, polished musical productions, and hard-won athletic records. Dedication to helping others has always been a hallmark of this class. Through clubs and organizations, these students have given countless hours to Rives Hall, 14th and Chestnut Community Center, the Humane Society, Habitat for Humanity, Clothe a Child, the United Way, and many, many more agencies and initiatives. The results of this determination, dedication, and drive prove that members of the class of 2012 are well equipped with the skills necessary to forge ahead. They are ready to pave the way for our future. Some will confidently enter the workplace. Some will eagerly pursue collegiate studies. Others will unselfishly protect our freedoms. yet all will be patriots and winners forever. At this time, I would like to ask the faculty and staff of North High School to please stand and remain standing. Superintendent Tanous, Board President Mr. Lockhart, and members of the School Board of Trustees, we have examined the academic records of the outstanding students before us and have found that they have completed or will complete all of the requirements necessary to receive a diploma or a certificate of completion from Terre Haute North Vigo High School. Faculty, you may be seated. At this time, I have the honor and privilege of introducing our superintendent, Mr. Daniel Tanous.
Thank you very much. We've had eloquent speeches from our students and Mrs. Mason, and I truly cannot say words better than what they've said. But let's give our students who spoke today, Ms. Mason, another round of applause. My words will be kept to thanks and congratulations. First, congratulations to the students graduating today. Your hard work in the classroom and dedication has provided you to be at this moment in your high school career. And we thank you for your hard work and dedication. To your parents and all those in the audience who have helped you, thank you to all of those guardians and parents who have helped likewise. Just a couple of quick comments in that many school systems around the state and country have cut programs such as commencement and bus routes and athletics because of all the budget cuts. But our school board has been dedicated to continue to provide all these great items for our students and staff. And with us, our school board is here today, and I want to thank them for their great leadership. Could you please stand? It was mentioned earlier by our board president about Carl Riddle, the first patriot. And many of you may not know, have known Mr. Riddle, what a great leader he was in this great school system. And the traditions we appreciate today are because of Mr. Riddle. In that line of leadership, we've had very many great principals at Terre Haute North. Mrs. Mason is in that same line of greatness. And this is Mrs. Mason's last commencement at Terre Haute North, as she will become the next director of secondary education for our great school system. So let's give her a round of applause for all of her great leadership. To the staff, thank you for working diligently every day in the classroom, in the hallways, on the playing field to provide our students with the great foundation that they have today to build on for the future. To Mrs. Smith, I know you and Mr. Bray will do a fantastic job. Students, I'm very proud of you for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful day, my favorite day of the school year. Many of you, as was mentioned, will go out into the workforce, on to college and into the military. And those going into the military, I wish you God's blessings and protection as you go out and protect this great country. And I'd like for those of you going into the military to please stand so we can recognize you for just a second. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, by the power vested in me by the Board of School Trustees of the Vigo County School Corporation and the state of Indiana, I declare you graduates at Terre Haute North Vigo High School. Congratulations.
We are now ready to begin the presentation of the diplomas to the class of 2012. Please hold your applause until all graduates have been recognized. This will allow each name to be clearly read by the graduates' friends and families. After the final names is read, we invite you to join us in congratulating the deserving members of the class of 2012. We will now begin with the presentation of the diplomas to our stage participants. Leah Renee Zambrowski. Brooke Elise Humphreys. Miley Kristen McKee. Wesley Franklin Cornwell. Jeremy Goddard. Mariah Ann Longyear. Austin Stephen Morris. Rachel Catherine Welker. Kevin Waython Quote. Elliot Martin Etterback. And Brandy Marie Rochelle. At this time, graduates' names will be read by the class president, Elliot Utterback, and vice president, Molly McKee. Diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustee President Mr. Paul Lockhart, and Vice President, Mr. Tom Thomas.
Bradley Stephen Carroll Ackman.
Nicole Dawn Adkins.
Taylor Lee Adkins.
Jonathan Michael Akins.
Nathaniel Benjamin Alexander.
Jordan Matthew Allen.
Shelby Nicole Applegate.
Haley Renee Archer.
Chelsea Dawn Arney.
Susanna Elaine Artis.
Ethan Russell Atkinson.
Roxana Marie Osman.
Zachary Aaron Martin Otterson.
Corey Mitchell Baker.
Tabitha Joe Baker.
Roya Lee Ball.
Shelby Lynn Banta.
Skylar James Barker.
Courtney Dean Barnett.
Amber Joanne Barrett.
Nicholas Alexander Basile.
Chelsea Renee Bays.
Zachary Levi Bays.
Michael Ray Beal II.
Robert Lee Beelmer.
Emily Elizabeth Bean.
Dalen Michelle Beck.
Allison Louise Beto.
Elizabeth Marie Biggs.
Emmanuel Isabella Black.
Jamie Kristen Blaylock.
Caroline Page Blower.
Natasha Marie Bodie.
Jessica Nicole Booker.
Ryan Andrew Bowes.
Tracy Elena Bourne.
Blake Eugene Bradford.
Brandon Owen Bradford.
Becca Marie Brennicky.
Desiree Cheryl Bridges.
Austin Travis Brown.
Paige Nicole Brown.
Solanda Gentris Brown.
Cherokee Rose Burris.
Levi Wenzel Burton.
William Lane Butts, Jr.
Shannon Danielle Kales.
Franklin Kyle Camp.
Park Alberto Thomas Campbell.
Jordan Nicole Carey.
Dallas Lee Carithers.
Danielle Carlene Carithers.
Devin Michael Carpenter.
Jace Isaac Carr.
Celso Louis Castanoli.
Brandy Nicole Cardill.
Brandy Sue Chirpkai.
Samuel Joseph Ciccone.
Ethan Michael Cloretto.
Andrea Marie Clark.
James Robert Cole.
Kendra Leanne Collenbaugh.
Samantha Jane Collins.
Lindsay Elizabeth Conway.
Tyler James Cornfloss.
Emily Marie Cotterman.
Cadence Zoe Elizabeth Cottom.
Davetta Nicole Cox.
Justin Alexander Coyle.
Casey Nicole Critchlow.
Connor Guy Curley.
Catherine Ann Curtis. Miranda Yvonne Damon.
Cameron Rose Doherty.
Brooke Ann Davies.
Michael Lee Davis Jr.
Melissa Ann Davis.
Ashley Nicole Deakins.
Ellen Marie DeBard.
Daniel Lee DeBard Jr.
Jakai Brienne DeBow.
Hannah Marie Deckard.
Trey Lewis Decker.
Zachary Kevin Derry.
Dominique Jamal Dew.
Kristen Michelle Dickerson.
Kathleen Marie Dillingham.
Daryl Ann Dillman.
Life Jonah Dose.
Landon Levi Dunphy.
Catherine Elizabeth Edwards.
Justin Tyler Elder.
Courtney Nicole Ethiopus.
Kaylee Joe Elrod.
Henrik Inkvist.
Christopher David Eplin.
At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees Secretary Mr. Pat Shannon. August Cian Epps.
Matthew Garrick Evans.
Julia Louise Fears.
Elaine Lynn Feathers.
Michael Wayne Feast.
Lacey Hope Fennell.
John Tyler Fuguay.
Scott Thomas Fenzel.
Peter Joshua Ford.
Beth Ann Fox.
Adrian James Foxworthy.
Judy Marie Frericks.
Aaron Paul Gant.
Cody Dylan Gardner.
Monica Margarita Garza.
Micaiah Imachni Gaylor.
Isaac Christopher Gaiman.
Brian Matthew Garrick.
Justin Gerton.
Isaac Antonio Godoy.
Skylar Matthew Goff.
Courtney Michelle Goldner.
Christopher Shea Gonzalez.
At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees Deputy Secretary, Mrs. Tammy Pearson. Nathaniel Tyler Gooden.
Neely Jane Goodman.
Eleni Patricia Graylis.
Elizabeth Ashley Graylis.
Katrina Ann Graylis.
Douglas Andrew Greninger.
Matthew Preston Gill.
Tanner Reese Gunter.
Ayla Gail Hall.
Taylor Zane Haney.
Indy Anna Hannah.
Evan Thomas Harbaugh.
Nathaniel Alexander Harmon.
Brittany Nicole Harvey.
Dalton Michael Hatcher.
Tyler Joseph Hatton.
Wesley Stephen Heck.
Connor Stephen Herndon.
Cheyenne Lynn Herring.
Connie Sue Higgins.
Cody A. Hohen.
Chris Andrew Sia Holcomb.
Stephanie Marie Hawley.
Shelby Nicole Hoopengardner.
Jennifer Marie Horn.
Brianna May Horning.
Stephen Tyler Horitz.
Dakota Wade Huckabee.
Danielle Marie Huey.
Courtney Noel Huffenberger.
Joseph Andrew Hughes.
Brian Clark Hyde.
Adler Gregory Lee Inglesby.
Justin Robert Eisen.
Megan Lindsay Jeffers.
Andrew Wayne Johnson.
Brittany Johnson.
Catherine Elizabeth Johnson.
Garrett Lewis Johnson.
Kirsten Nicole Faith Johnson.
Melanie Renee Johnson.
Shelby Nicole Johnson.
Samantha Joy Abigail Jordan.
Joshua Allen Joy.
Jesse Lynn Kaparak.
Corey Michael Carr.
Landry Reese Kaufman.
Shelby Nicole Kirshner.
Aaron Michelle Kiley.
Sarah Jane Keith.
Dylan Sinclair Kemp.
Cassandra Irene Kersey.
Christopher Kirchable.
Mackenzie Marie Kiefer.
Max Lee Ketchum III.
Brandon Kyle King.
Nikolai Conrad Kimmel.
Brittany Elise Klingel.
At this time, graduates' names will be read by Class Secretary Brandy Rochelle.
Katrina Michelle King.
Carrie Lynn Krockenberger.
Caleb Jamal Knox.
Colleen Juanita Louise Legel.
Allison Corrine Kyle.
Rose Landaverde.
Catherine Sarah Laxtons.
Monica Taylor Larson.
Kristen Elizabeth Lahr.
At this time, graduates' names will be read by Senior Class Treasurer Brooke Humphrey.
Danielle Marie LaTourette.
Tyler Allen Lawrence.
Corinne Janet Leader.
Tiffany Jean Lee.
Crystal Nicole Legan.
At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member Mr. Mel Burks. Jeffrey Grant Llewellyn.
Carissa Brienne Light.
Maisie Ray Lindley.
Christian Tanner Little.
Ronnie Michael Livingston.
Amanda Catherine Lebker.
Alexander Gerald Londa.
William David Lauer III.
Matthew Christopher Lauer.
Erin Suzanne Lucan.
Brooke Ann Lynch.
Connor John Holland Lynch.
Caitlin Ann Manning.
Dustin Curtis Martin.
Ricky Dawn Matheny.
Patricia F. Mazik.
Jerry Dwight McCammon III.
Joseph Anthony McCammon.
Derek Lee McCormick.
Jonathan DeAndre McElroy.
Cassie Diane McCanna.
Casey Rochelle McCanna.
Matthew Stephen McKillop.
Brittany Nicole McKinney.
Pamela Sue McKinney.
Stephen Alexander McKinney.
Nathan Todd McMillan.
Alex Levi Meredith.
Kinder Ray Irene Menzer.
Christian Montana Miller.
Alston Michael Hayes Miller.
Sierra Jade Mills.
Caleb Michael Miller.
Brittany Elaine Monroe.
Amanda K. Milner.
Kevin Christopher Moody.
Brittany Michelle Montgomery.
Jessica Ashby Morgan.
Brittany Michelle Montgomery. Scott Allen Mooney.
Michaela Ray Morrison.
Alyssa Nicole Morley.
Kristen Lynn Moss.
Michael Douglas Morton.
Tyson Christopher Mundy.
Michael James Mulvihill.
Jacob Warren Nail.
Daniel Cole Muchler.
At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member, Mrs. Jackie Lauer.
Storm Allen Nasser.
Jacqueline Nicole Nichols.
Taylor Lynn Norman.
Sierra Lynn Nutter.
Morgan Ann Odine.
Matthew James O'Leary.
Heidi Lorraine Orman.
Devin Jared Patrick.
Ramon Alexander Parks.
Taylor Lane Patterson.
Travis Ray Pegg.
Richard Allen Pemberton IV.
Taylor Alexis Perkins.
Charles Marcus Phillips.
Devin Lee Phillips.
Nicole Renee Pickett.
Anna Laura Kathleen Pike.
Brianna Lee Powell.
Casey Dennison Powers.
Devin Ray Presley.
Olivia Louise Price.
Tyler Eugene Price.
James Joseph Priester Jr.
Kadisha Lynn Pryfogel.
Grace Elizabeth Pruitt.
Cassandra Jean Putman.
Cameron Edwin Quinn.
Jennifer Marie Raridan.
Erin Lisa Rieger.
Nicole Renee Regenski.
Peyton Dean Reinl.
Kelly Elizabeth Rhodes.
Andrew Garrett Richmond.
Mitchell Joseph Ridgway.
Jacob Christian Reiser.
Hillary Luann Rittenberg.
Laura Elizabeth Robbins.
Alexandra Chance Roberts.
Jordan Robbins.
Samantha Colleen Robinson.
Miguel Angel Serna Rodriguez.
John Jared Rogers.
Anthony Dadian Roselli.
Kayla Marie Sands.
Alicia Kelsey Pauline Sanford.
Mary Elizabeth Sartain.
At this time, diplomas will be presented by School Board of Trustees member, Ms. Alpa Patel. Michaela Rose Savant.
Christopher Michael Schauberg.
Dakota Earl Shefsky.
Elena Marie Schneider.
Kelby Alexander Shriver.
Morgan Taylor Seeley.
Matthew Joseph Cyphers.
Adam Ray Shamsai.
Julian Ali Shamsai.
Marisha Lene Schaus.
Nicole Ashton Simpson.
Jennifer Rose Sinclair.
Courtney Allison Sykes.
Erin Elizabeth Slider.
Autumn Rose Smith.
Kaden Brianne Smith.
Shanna Ray Marie Smith.
Danny Joe Smith, Jr.
Kevin Austin Smith.
Nicole Renee Snedden.
Michael Ray William Sontag.
Jessica Dawn Sotak.
John Edward Sparks, Jr.
Ross Wilson Sponsler.
Brady Ahmed Stevens.
Morgan Renee Stewart.
Jessica Lee Stolting.
Lindsay Marie Stoic.
Jennifer Noel Stone.
Nicholas Robert Stott.
Svetlana Elizabeth Stott.
Neely Delaney Stow.
Heather Ann Stern.
Brandon Allen Stuthers.
Sia Ray Tallwar.
Cameron S. Teagarden.
Tori Nicole Thorlton.
Victor William Tilstra Smith.
Marissa Nicole Tincher.
Aaron Edward Todd.
Brandon Edwin Tolan.
Evan Patrick Trammell.
Haley Raylan Travioli.
Elliot Hayden Trosper.
Heather Dawn Trueblood.
Clayton Charles Underwood.
Courtney Marie Utter.
Morgan Taylor Vandeveer.
Marcus E. Vaughn.
Dakota Lee Vermillion.
Donald Justin Walker.
Jerry Eugene Wallace.
Dustin Lee Warner.
Samantha Maylin Washburn.
Heaven Leanne Watkins.
Autumn Lily Hatley Wayland.
Jessica Mary Weeks.
Grace Lynn Wager.
Andrew James White.
Clint Patrick Wiley.
Brittany Michelle Williams.
Marlon Joseph Williams.
Nicholas Charles Williams.
Cheyenne Autumn Marie Wilson.
Dylan Michael Wilson.
Ethan Cord Wilson.
Michelle Patrice Wisby.
Brian Claiborne Womack.
Christopher Michael Wood.
Shelby Lynn Woodfin.
Audrey Ann Wynn.
Marley Elise Yeager.
Kimberly Nicole Ziegler.
Hannah Louise Yao.
Patrick Roy Morris. Lucas Earl Lundstrom. Alexander Vincent Lawrence. Kevin Wayman Moore. Dylan Ryan Beard. Molly McLean. Timothy Joseph Whitehart Alshire. Teoria Nicole Brooks. Jessica Amanda Marie Elliott. James Patrick Holbert. Joseph Dwayne Browning II. Dustin Michael Klinkenbeard. Jaden Alexis Brentlinger. Christopher Lee Pierce. Michael James Ribka. Ryan Keith Evans. Joseph William Stewart. Danielle Amber Jennifer Shores. Right this way. Kylie Danielle Lynch. Robin Lynn Lindley. Alexis C. Barbie. Levi Jefferson Davis. Austin Keith Horsley. Shelby Lynn Schaefer. Amos Edward Johnson III.
Please join me with honoring the deserving members of the class of 2012. Now, if you will, please turn to the special presentation portion of your program. The first of our presentations is the Timothy M. Sullivan Award. Timothy M. Sullivan was an outstanding young athlete at North who was a scholar, a leader, and an example for others to follow. In October of 1997, at a cross-country meet, Tim was giving his all when he collapsed and died on the course. Through the efforts of the entire community, a memorial fund was created almost overnight. From this fund, the memorial plaque was purchased and the scholarship established. The recipient is determined by a committee selected by the principal and is a young man or woman who best exemplifies the attributes of Timothy Sullivan. At this time, we would like this year's recipient to join Mrs. Mason on the stage for the presentation. From the class of 2012, the student athlete chosen to receive the Timothy M. Sullivan Award is Tyson Mundy. Carl S. Riddle Scholars are recognized annually for achievements in scholarship, leadership, and school spirit. The school principal nominates 3 male and 3 female applicants for the scholarships to the Carl S. Riddle Trust Fund Committee for the selection of the recipient. With us today to present this award is Mr. Riddle's granddaughter and former Riddle Scholar, Mrs. Kirsten Morrison, as well as his beloved Mrs. Carl Riddle. Ms. Morrison and Ms. Riddle, please join Mrs. Mason on the stage to present these awards. The Riddle Trust Fund was established in 1987 to honor Terre Haute North's first principal, who served from 1971 until his retirement in 1987. The fund annually awards scholarships in Mr. Riddle's names to perpetuate his deep devotion to students with emphasis on individual achievement and dedication to Terre Haute North. We ask the class of 2012 Carl S. Riddle scholarship winners to please come forward. First, I will name the female, Miss Brooke Humphrey. And the male recipient, Isaac Gaiman. At this time, will Senior Class President Elliot Utterback please come forward for the tassel changeover?
Members of the class of 2012, please move your tassel from the right to the left to signify graduation from Terre Haute North, Vigo High School. Now, our Student Council President, Leah Zabrowski, will close the ceremony.
Class of 2012, as we are about to start a new beginning, with many of us going in different directions, I look back and remember myself just 4 years ago. If you would have told me then that I would be standing here today, I would have laughed at you. But here I am. As a freshman, I was afraid to challenge myself and even fearful of reading out loud in class. Mostly, though, I was scared to see what the older students thought of me. Now I am that older student. I have learned to accept challenges both academically and socially. My abilities have been stretched and tested, and I have found success. I am now better prepared to take on anything that comes my way. None of us is the same as we were back then. As freshmen, we entered North High School in children's shoes, with a step that was eager but apprehensive. Now as seniors, we are wearing very different shoes, grown-up shoes, ones that maybe we never thought we would wear. Our stride is still eager and perhaps a bit apprehensive, but we walk with the confidence that comes from completing a difficult task. Well, here we are. We have reached the end of a path. At times, graduation seems so far away, but now we are on our way to a future filled with new and exciting opportunities. And even though not all of us will stay together, we can look back and remember how we, as a class, changed from who we were as freshmen in high school to who we are now as freshmen in life. So let those memories of the past be our inspiration for success, and remember that we will always be the class of 2012. Please join with me in watching our class video.
Graduation. Beginning out of everything happened in the past 4 years. I think I'm really gonna miss my friends.
I'm gonna cry my eyes out on graduation day. We've been best friends for 4 years.
about the future?
When I think about the future, I think about
Success.
family, happiness, hopes and dreams.
When I think about the future, I think about. And when I think about the future, I think about.
When I think about the future,
I think about.
I think about love.
When we think about tomorrow, like we think about now, can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I can't survive that this will never end. And suddenly it's like we're winning in it. Will the past be a show that will follow us around? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? Keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever.
I would like to come back and see how everybody is. And I'll miss everyone.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable.